Hey, Roanstar Ranchers! Thought I would jump on real quick and give our weekly update to you guys. As you may have seen, yesterday we were a little busy with hoof trims. So Kendra and do Ellie and Apollo, and we tried to do Abe. But unfortunately, that didn't pan out. But it does take. Hi, buddy. Hi. It does take about an hour for Ellie to be done and for Apollo to be done each. So it takes, usually about 2.5 hours to get them done. So by that time, then we have to feed, and it's just a little too late to do a Facebook Live when we're doing trims. So they did great. Hi, Grace. Good morning to you too. They did great. With Apollo, we were able to get all 4 of his feet done. Ellie still does not. Somebody else picking up her back feet. Hi, Ellie girl. And so we're still working on that. It's going to be at her pace as it always is. So we'll just keep working on picking her feet up and getting her more comfortable with that. We're not sure if she's just used to being in stocks or, she's just to the point that she's like, nope, I'm just going to do what I want to do. But we were able to get the flares out of her, rear, her hind hooves. So that's good. We just have to work on being able to pick them up and clean them out. Fortunately, it's really, really dry. So there's not a lot of gunk that gets put in there. The only thing that we have to worry about to get out are stones that actually Apollo, let me see if it's still over here. No, I can't find it. Apollo had a pretty significant stone that Kendra popped out. But they both love to walk around, so they're kind of trimming their own feet. The one thing that we did notice is that on Apollo, hush down, buddy, let me show. You can see how pigeon-toed he is. So he's really, the way that he walks, he really is rolling on the outside. So Kendra had to make some adjustments for that. But he is walking a lot better. Being on the 6-week cycle for him really, really works well. He was starting to get a little sore, especially going left or right to left and left to right. He was actually going to his left. He was starting to hop again. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want him to put too much stress on his other leg, his good leg. So the trims went well. As always, we needed to sedate him. We're trying to use less sedation. But he's really good for her. He doesn't, he just needs to take a lot of breaks. He's really, really good with his rear legs. He just kicks back and he's fine. He really relaxes. It's just the fronts that are hard for him. It's hard for him to pick his leg up and have that much weight on his bad leg. So picking it up behind him or underneath his belly is very, very hard. But stretching out, he loves that. He really, really enjoys just having that stretch in his leg. You can see even when he stands, he doesn't stand square. Like if I'll show you in a second what I mean when Ellie stops cruising around. But that's the normal way that he stands. He does not like to square up. Whereas here's Ellie. You know, she stands square, shoulders are square. That's just the way that, you know, most horses stand. But because of his leg situation, he has to be a little just opposed. Same with the backs. The only time usually that he normally squares up his backs too is when he's eating. But his fronts, even when he's eating, he has them not squared like that. Ellie girl has been doing well. It has been hot and smoky here the last couple of days. And Miss Ellie girl, instead of staying in the shade, you know, is a sun worshiper. So she's out in the sun. She did start sweating a lot yesterday during the hoof trim. But that's one of the reasons we didn't push the hind legs. I just let it go. It wasn't worth it, and she was already sweating a lot. You may have noticed from the pictures that we took yesterday. You know, we're a little unorthodox. You could see that Ellie was. Apollo, where are you going, buddy? Ellie was not on a lead line. She had her halter on, but you know, it's easier for her just to eat and get her fronts done, and she's perfectly happy. She doesn't move. She's a perfect lady. She doesn't fuss or anything. Obviously, hi baby girl. Obviously, we make sure that, you know, Kendra is safe. So she's not over by a wall or anything. So Kendra's fine with it. Obviously, we wouldn't do something that's going to put Kendra in any kind of harm's way. You're just going to keep following me, aren't you? All right. Ho. Well, how about we go this way? Yeah, so Apollo we have on a lead line. But with Ellie girl, we just kind of let her, you know, be as she's going to be. One of the reasons is because they do eat out of a barrel, so the lead line is going to make it harder for her to eat, and you know, we don't want to make it a challenge. We want her to be enjoying eating while she's having her feet done. The other thing that was going on yesterday while we were doing feet is that while Apollo's feet were being done, Ellie wanted to be as close as humanly possible, or as horsey possible. So I was trying to hold Apollo and help out, and Ellie was trying to help out too by wanting to put her head on my head, and yeah, she just was not understanding personal space yesterday at all. So it was kind of funny. Fortunately, Kendra was okay with it. You know, a couple times we had to move her back because she was really crowding Kendra too much, and I didn't want Kendra to get, you know, squashed because Ellie didn't know where she was. Right, baby girl? Whoop. Where are you going? So that is pretty much it for these guys. They are, just keeping an eye on them with the heat and everything. It is still a little hazy, so that is a good thing for them. So they're not in the direct light. And, so, sorry. I thought I was going to be able to get it. She moved away, but no, she was doing the same thing that she was doing yesterday with the head thing, and putting her head on my shoulder. But so this 4th of July, this is the first 4th of July that they are going to be with us. So we are hoping that everything, at least the neighbors don't shoot off too many fireworks or anything. And they're usually pretty good with loud noises and such. So we'll just keep an eye on that, and make sure that, obviously that they're as comfortable as possible. Let's go over. Oh, they're still out. So the boys are out and about. Like I had mentioned, Abe, we weren't able to get Abe's done. Can walk out there a little bit, see how far we can get. So Abe yesterday, everybody was up here, and during the course of doing his feet, first Roni walked out, and then as soon as Charlie started to walk out, I knew we were done. Abe is just not to the point yet that he is confident enough to be away from Charlie with new people. So we went ahead and we just did the 1 foot and we let him go. His feet weren't that horrible. So it's really not that big of a deal. He is probably more of on an 8-week cycle anyway. So we'll just keep an eye on that and adjust accordingly. Excuse me while I bebop through here. Other than that, we did make a decision on Abe. We are going to hold off on continuing to treat his Lyme. What we're going to do is we're going to put him on Aquiox and a joint supplement and see for a month and see if that does anything. If that does not do anything, then we are going to go back and treat his Lyme. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm really hoping that he just needs a little joint support, and then he will be fine. It's just we don't know why his levels went up when he was on an antibiotic that shouldn't have done that. So we're a little lost what happening. Other than that, he's doing really, really well. He is back to his normal personality. He's laying down with Charlie in the evenings and allowing us to go up to him like he used to. So he's he's a happy boy again, which is what we wanted. Still doesn't want a fly mask on, but hey, you know, he survives without one, and for whatever reason, he just does not want one on. Louie, who is behind the shed, you can see him swishing his tail. Let me rumble over here so you guys can see him. He is doing well. He is getting used to the new addition. He, for a little while, was standing out by, he wouldn't go all the way in, but now he is more comfortable with it, and he is going all the way in. He is loving being out on pasture. He is doing really, really well. You can see how he looks. We are working with him again about the trick training to get him to lay down, since he is feeling better. So hopefully I'll have some videos to share about our progress with that. The flies aren't that bad right now, so that's why they're out and about. He is not a fan of flies at all, nor is he a fan of the heat. But he's doing really, really well. Right, bud? You know, it is the holiday week this week, so we don't have a lot of things going on otherwise. So that's really it for the update. Here is the addition is done, and this is what it. Sorry, I have to walk slow on the uneven ground. There's lots of hoof holes I don't want to get caught in. So hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, so here's the final edition. All nice and done. We have doubled our size. You know, doubled the square footage on this side, which is awesome. You know, if the opportunity arises, we are now capable of taking in another one, another needy pony, because now we have the space. But that's what it looks on this side. And then we also put metal on the outside. And one of the main reasons for that is so now we can put more hay downstairs. Because the weather would get in previously, we weren't putting any hay downstairs, but now we can probably put about 150 or so, if we really packed it in there, downstairs. The other thing that we changed is the door up there. The door had seen better days, and we decided to put in a sliding door that was not going to be affected as by the wind as much. So, and then these openings have windows. We took them off, and they're stored away until the winter, so that the boys have a nice breeze on this side. But so that is it for updates. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Please be safe if you're shooting off fireworks. And we will talk to you guys next week. Be well, Warm Child Ranchers.